Hello, my name is LeRoy Goertz. In 2006, I went to Vicksburg, Mississippi along with my wife. One of the reasons I went there was to teach a class using the coiling gizmo. It's a tool that I invented that you can make incredible jewelry out of wire. And we stayed a few extra days. One of the places we visited was the military park in Vicksburg, which commemorated the siege of Vicksburg, which happened during the Civil War. The siege lasted 2 months until the people of Vicksburg surrendered. There were soldiers on horses, like monuments of them, with swords and guns drawn. There were cannons overlooking the ridges all over the place. There was also a cemetery there with about 18,000 people had been buried there, and they were both Union troops and Confederate troops. For me, it was a really haunting place. The day after we visited the military park, we drove over the Mississippi River into Louisiana to a place called Poverty Point. This was about 50 miles away from Vicksburg. At this site was a mound that the mound people had built. At this point, when they were living there, they didn't have the wheel, they didn't have beasts of burden, they just dragged this dirt up there in baskets. When they flew over this mound in the 50s, they realized it was in the shape of a bird. They also found copper from the Great Lakes at this mound, and they also found rocks from the Great Lakes. They were traders. They would go up and down the Mississippi and do trading. You will see a picture that I have displayed that they estimate, it's an estimation of what their living quarters probably looked like. And it was such a fascinating place. And they also dug up little sculptural forms. And I just loved the way that those forms looked. And I had been at a place of violence the day before, and here was a place of peace. And because of that, I was trying to resolve that dissonance that was going on in my brain. And I had a vision to call artists of all races together, and we would give homage to these wonderful people. After I got home, I went into my studio. I was using clay to sculpt, and nothing would come. It was like I went back to my studio 5 days in a row. On the 5th day, I switched to wax, and out of my hands came pieces that had the spirit of the mound people in them. And you can see some of these pieces. I've cast them into bronze. They're small pieces. And you can get a feeling of what happened that day. It was like almost a magical day. This vision that I had, and as a result of it, led me to start a nonprofit called Art of Reconciliation. We've had a number of art shows through the years with different artists from different cultures, different races, and different religions. Another thing that has influenced me a lot with what happened at Standing Rock and the protests by Native Americans and other people who joined them protesting the idea of slithering a pipeline through a river that was located close to the area where they were living. We are calling for Native artists to bring their prophetic voices to us through their creativity as we prepare and organize sacred water shows. And we will keep you posted about these shows. And if you know of an area where you would like to organize a show with Native American artists, a sacred water show, please let us know. And I do thank you for watching.